guys, how are you? How are you doing? This is Shocks and this is ShocksCapital FX. Today I'm going to show you guys a strategy that I would use if I had to start all again from zero. So this is the strategy that is very ideal for beginners or struggling traders who don't have a defined strategy or system. So what I'm going to show you here is how you enter or how to enter and what price action you are looking for. So number one, I just want to tell you guys that the easiest thing in forex is market structure, and the easiest of market structures is something that looks like this. I know on YouTube, on social media, on Twitter, there are a lot of schematics of market structure, of how they define market structure, how they tell you it should be done. They even have names and all of that stuff, right? So what I'm just saying here is I'm going to teach you a very simple version of market structure, if I can call it that way, right? And you are going to be using this to get your your trades. So the basic thing is, when you see a market structure that looks like this drawing that you see on your screens right now, you would think that because this is a high, and this is a higher high that is being formed in the market, right? We have a high, and if the market is forming a series of high highs and a series of high lows, it means that the market is in a bullish phase, or it's in a bullish market structure. Then I just want you to know that before we go any further, if you see maybe a market that looks like this, or that doesn't look like this, the basic, I want you to measure on the basic look of market structure, right? If it looks like this, what you do is just ignore that particular pair or that particular trade, right? So you need something that is clean like this, and something that is clean like this is found on pairs like USD JPY, Euro JPY, Euro USD, and so forth. So you have to know how to look for these things when you are actually looking at them in your back testing series and stuff like that. So this is what you are doing. So what you're just going to do, the strategy is very simple. You are going to wait for a break of a high like this, right? Then you wait for a retest to this high, and then you target the next high. Why? Because if you're in an uptrend, you are looking for a series of high highs and a series of higher lows, right? You see this? So you come here on the real chart. This is USD JPY, right? USD JPY. So from the onset here, you clearly see that we have this low, right? We have that low. Then after that, what do you have? You have this high. Price breaks that and retraces back to this particular high. But I want you to see something before we go any further, that the high is this one, but see how price reacted to this. So the confirmation that you're going to be using is a confirmation that is going to help you in terms of in terms of getting your trade, and in terms of setting your stop loss. So if you look at this, you clearly see that if you had taken your trade at this horizontal line, at the break of this one, at the break of this high, you would have lost and you would not have felt very good. I'm sorry. So what you are going to wait for is, if the market retraces back to your high like this, you are going to wait for a bullish candle or a confirmation candle that goes into your direction. So if you are looking for a sell, you're just going to wait for a black candle in confirming your direction. So if you look at this example, you clearly see that you were going to get this trade not at the point that you would have maybe not here, but you're going to get your trade maybe down here after a printing of these confirmation candles right there. And remember, you're just going to go for 1-in-2 risk to reward ratio. You're not going to be greedy here. We just want you guys to go for 1-in-2. Remember, this is a very simple strategy that you can use to gain confidence. And when you have gained enough confidence, you can trade extravagantly any way you like. So number one, we have this way of waiting for a confirmation or candle on any particular time frame. But here I'm on the H1, so you can do that on the H1, or you can wait for a double top, double bottom around these areas on the M5 or the M15, and I'm going to show you that again in this video. So guys, for you to trade this strategy, you need a broker with tight spreads. You need a broker with very good commission structure. You need a broker that gives you the right conditions for you to prosper. It's not enough to have a very good strategy and you use a broker that doesn't suit your needs. So guys, I have Megan Markets in the description down below. A very good broker, a very reputable broker. I've been enjoying and trading on the broker. So if you are interested, sign up with Megan Markets and trade with me as we go for the money. So guys, this is what we are doing. Let's just look at a few examples. Then after that, we will go to the lower time frames and try to get these same trades using the other entry technique that I'm going to show you in this particular video. So number one, you have this. Then if you have something like that looks like this, where you have, okay, let me show you. You have this. I want you to see in this region where you are having these two candles. This looked like it had I confirmed that price is now going up, and price hit your stop loss in this area. So this is it. I wanted you guys to also see that this strategy, however, it's not 100%, and you are going to lose some of your trades, right? We are not teaching a holy grail here. We are teaching a strategy that loses. So I also recommend that you use very good money management and very good psychology in terms of trading. You have to be disciplined and you have to use proper money management, right? When you come here, we have this high again. Price broke that high. What do price do? Price retraces back to this zone, and after that you do what? You mark up like that, where you are targeting 1 in 2, and after that you mark up maybe your 1 in 2. Yeah, that's your 1 in 2, and your TP would have been hit in this area. You go again like that. So I can guarantee you, if you are looking at 3 or 4 pairs, you are not going to run out of trades per week. You are going to get at least 3 trades, and those ones are enough for to make you a profitable trader, right? So let's look at this again. Remember, if you're using this strategy, you have to be you have to be choosy. You don't trade anything that comes your way, right? You see this break off this high by this candlestick, and retest. And the retest, you are going to measure it like this. You are going to do it like this. You are going to go for 1 in 2, right? So this is what we wanted to show you about the aggressive entry here. Up next is I'm going to the M5 time frame and show you guys how to take these trades using double tops and double bottoms. So in this case, you are going to be looking for double bottoms, because we want to buy. So as soon as price gets into the zone, as soon as price gets below this line that we are saying, it's a high that has been broken, and you wait for your W to form. And from this chart, what you can clearly see is you would have taken your trade from where? You'd have taken your trade from here. You'd have taken your trade from here like this, and you would have gone for how many risk to reward? You've gone for 1 in 5 instead of taking it on the H1. Or you could have even gone for 1 in 2 like this, and in 45 minutes or 50 minutes or 1 hour like that, you will be out of the market like this. So this is what you could have done, or you could have taken that on the H1 time frame. Then let's look at Euro JPY and see what it gave us and how we can trade this strategy on Euro JPY. Remember, we said you want USD JPY and USD JPY, Euro JPY, Euro USD. Yeah, so those three a very good market structure. So from what you are seeing here, we have a very good and very basic market structure. You know, guys, the catch is you have to choose a pair, or you have to choose a setup that shows you basic market structure. So you see something like this, break off structure like that, and retest of this particular zone, or break off this high, retest, and you're going to get your trade from this particular point. Your stop loss goes below here, and you're going to go forward for 1 in 2. Then you come again here, you're going to get this trade here and you're going to go for 1 and 2. You have to be very patient and you have to wait for the setups that you know are going to make you money, or that you have practiced and that actually make money. So these are the setups that I'm showing you guys, and you can use these ones as you want. So you see, price breaks and retests right after immediately. So you are going to take this trade. If you don't take these types of retests, if you don't know what you are doing, or if you haven't fully understood the strategy or the schematics, right? You have this, and you're going to take your trade from this particular point. Your stop loss goes below there, and you're going to go for 1 and 2 like that, and you're going to make your money easily like that. And at this particular point, you have this high again, price breaks, and if price gets to this particular zone, you are going to go up and trade like that. And of course, this might be a change of trend where price has just taken a lower here. If price continues going down, you are waiting for price to retest this area and go down like that. And let's look at another pair, which is Euro USD, the most traded pair in the world, and see how it can perform with this strategy, right? So you are doing this. So this is how you are looking at it from a market structure point of view. So what you are doing is, you have your high here, you're just marking the highs. You have your high, and where is your trade? Your trade was going to be here. And you have another high. Where is your trade? Your trade was going to be here. Or you're going to take this one and you're going to lose your money there. Why? Because if this had satisfied all the conditions that you talked about in this video, and if you had taken this trade, you were going to hit your stop loss, and you're going to take a loss. As I said before, this is not a holy grail. This is not a 100% strategy. I wish it was. If it was like that, I would be billionaires, you and me, you understand? But we are not. So this is not a 100% strategy, and we are going to be using it as a strategy that is not 100%, which means you are going to be using proper risk management. You are going to be disciplined. You are going to wait, and you are going to learn to stay out of the market if your setups are not met, right? So you are going to take this trade. Why not this one? This one presented a very big wick, which would have made your stop loss here very big, considering that you would have maybe taken this trade around this area. And if you had taken this trade around this area, your stop loss was just going to be too big. So you would have waited for the next setup, or you would have entered on the next retest like this. So if you had waited for this, you're going for 1 and 2. Let's see how your 1 and 2 would have been hit. So this is your 1 and 2, and this is how you would have fared on this trade. So same applies for all the trades that you are going to see or on the charts. You just treat them the same way, and you treat them with respect. Let's just go and look at something else. Let's look at USD CAD, and see how this one would perform or using this strategy. Remember, guys, this is for all those guys who are not seeing some progress with their trading, those who are beginning their journey in trading, and those who want to spice things up, you understand? So we have a break of this lower here, or we can take this one just to make things very simple, right? So after you take this break, you would wait for this retest, and the trade would have gone in your favor like that, and you would have maybe your stop loss above there, and your 1 and 2, and you'd have hit your take profit, or you would have missed it by maybe a few pips there. And it's very good for learning, so that you guys won't be overconfident when it comes to trading this particular setup or this particular strategy. So we go again on this one. You have a break of structure at this particular point, and you have a retest of this particular zone. And after that, what do? You mark up like this, and your stop loss goes above, and you're going for 1 and 2. And look at that. This is what you are waiting for. And if you are someone who is tracking this pair, you would mark this high as your high that price has taken out, and you'll be waiting for a retest of this particular zone like that, and you would buy from that particular zone to that. And if all the conditions are met, you know what to do. So on this particular example, let's just go to the M15 and try to see how we would have entered this trade using the double tops. Remember, I've shown you a trade where you entered using double bottom. So this is the other side of how you would have done. So remember, if you are using this particular technique in entering your trades, you are going to be looking for double tops, double bottoms, or you are going to be looking for head and shoulders. So on this particular one, this is what you are seeing, right? So price gets into the area and fails to form a double top, but it forms something that looks like a head and shoulders, where you are taking this as the first shoulder and this as the second shoulder. So maybe you would have waited for a break of this and a retest, so that you could have taken this down like that as a head and shoulders. So this is what you could have done on that particular USD CAD trade. So let's look at USD. Let's look at Euro GBP and see if we can get some trades with this particular strategy on Euro GBP, right? The euro against the pound, right? This is another pair that is very interesting when it comes to its market structure. Remember, you have to be familiar with the market structures of the different pairs. Number one, you have a break here, and what do you have next? You have this candlestick going up like that. And after that, what do you have? You have another high that is taken out, and price spikes down and goes without you. So you have missed this trade. Why? Because this confirmation candle is just too big for you to catch it, or for the stop loss that you're going to use on that particular trade. And we have this another break here, another break, and the pin. So instead of waiting for a confirmation green candle here, you could have used this pin as your confirmation, and you could have used this like that and gone for your 1 and 2. And as it stands right now, what are you waiting for? We are waiting for price to hit this level and go up and buy like that. So we are waiting for price to hit this level. So there are two plays when price gets to this particular level. What we are going to do is we are waiting for price to give us a confirmation on this line, or just below this particular zone, or we are going to go to the M15 and look for this pattern, where on this particular zone, right? So we are just going to be looking for something like this on the M15, and we buy it from that particular point. So before we go, let's just look at the last example, considering another pair. Maybe for this example, let's use a cross in GBP AUD and see how it would perform with this strategy. And as you can see, this is a very beautiful market structure. The more of the basic of market structures. What are you going to do? You are going to just mark your highs and wait for price to break and retest those particular ones. So you see here what happened on this particular one. So what were you going to do? Your play was to wait for this break. It happened, and either you were going to take this trade at this particular point, and unfortunately you were going to be taken out, and you were going to wait for another break. You understand? You don't give up. You understand? So you're just going to take another trade at this particular point and take this win. And 1 and 2, you have lost 1, and when you win 1 and 2, you have recovered what you have lost on the previous trade. This is the essence of trading. To win in trading, you have to be a better loser. You understand? You don't have to be a perfectionist or something like that. You have to lose better to be good at this game. So right now, this is what is currently in play. GBP AUD price has just taken out this particular one. So what are we waiting for? Time at the moment is 12 after 6 my time. So what I'm just going to wait for is for this green candle to close as green. Then I take that trade and go for my 1 and 2. So considering that this closes like that, my stop loss is going there, and I'm going for 1 and 2 like that. And this is how I'm mapping up my trades. So guys, I hope this was very helpful. If this was helpful, consider leaving me a comment, like this video, and share with family and friends. And if you haven't registered already, make sure you register with Mugen Markets. The links are in the description down below. Register with Mugen Markets and get ready to trade with me. When you register, shoot me a message and I will trade with you in the Telegram group with the other guys. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I will see you next time. Trade what you see. Hands to the head. Salute.